I have a brand new challenge for you. I've just been journaling. It's been a bit of a tough sort of medical Christmas, because some of you know hubby's going through it at the moment. But I do what I do best when things are tough. I craft. And look at all this. This is all my new goodies. Oh my god. And so I keep disappearing into my craft room and just making things. And it's just been so fun, and I've been journaling like crazy. I've been doing all sorts of, you saw, this is the one that we did last time we got together. What have I done? I've got one prepared for today. Oh, I've done this, had a play with that. Well, I finished off that. I put that picture in, some of you will have seen it posted, but I like that a lot. Those are Tim Holtz people. Look, you get hundreds in a bag. I think it's about £5 or £6, and it's just absolutely loads. I've got all sorts of ideas of what I'm going to be doing with them. So I think that looks really nice. I did this last night, and you can see I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling positive. That's going to read back to front, but it says, don't you just love you? Hey? So this is some of the fun stuff I've been doing. Hi, Diane. And I just wanted to show you very quickly how to start off these books. Now, you will notice that this book's upside down. That's because I did the front cover upside down. So everything else has had to be upside down. But if you want to have a go at one of these, you need to find a book that's got signatures. So it's been sewn in, not glued. And then you go to the middle of the signature, and you will see the stitching through it. And then you pull out. So you can obviously go to the charity shop and find a book about the size you want. You pull out 1, 2, 3 of each signature, and then you stick 3 pages using matte finish, Mod Podge, whatever you've got, together each side of that signature where you've just pulled it out, and you go through the book and you start doing that. So that's what you need to do if you want to prepare it. You then, the next stage, to prepare your page, and I've got a fun one to do next week for you guys. So what I've done is I've torn up bits of paper. I printed off this paper, these old vintage images, and I've torn them up and I've matte finished them down. It gives another layer, it gives another texture, interest, colour if you want to use colour magazines for example, but it makes the pages thick and sturdy and kind of just gives you a cool starting point. What I've done today, slight preparation, is I've got the paper down, and then I've put gesso over the top, and I've got a second page here because we're going to cut this heart out. So that's where we are at. I'm going to show you how to make, this is my rainbow heart, and I'm going to show you how I achieve that in just a sec. But before we get there, this year's challenge is for you guys to create your own rainbow heart. Now you can do whatever you like. You can copy my idea exactly and create a journal page, that's absolutely fine. Or you can do a canvas, or you can do it on a piece of paper. You can, your version of it, whatever you want to do. Okay, this is what's up for grabs. I'm not sure you guys have all seen my absolutely gorgeous art collection of paint. There are 20 colours, and they are going up on my website later today to be able to purchase individually, because at the moment, initially, they've only been up as little groups and sections, and I don't think everybody wants to buy 5, 6, 7, so I'm going to put them up individually this evening. But this is what they look like. How cute is that? How cute is that? Now this is one of my favourite ones, just because, look, I I love the pots. So this is my rainbow. This is my colours that I chose to suit every occasion. I'm really chuffed with them. So this is up for grabs. You've got 1 month, okay, to enter this competition. Now all you've got to do is your version of your rainbow heart, because we all need a bit of love and colour in our lives, especially this time of year. So your version of whatever that means, all you've got to do is create it, post it on your page, and then hashtag my rainbow heart challenge. Should we put challenge on the end? Doesn't matter if you do or you don't. And hashtag magical painting. And then you can, if you can then share it to the Fairy Chic Painting Forum so that we can all see it, you'll get entered in the draw. For everybody that enters into it, so I'm hoping we'll get at least 20 entries. So for every entry, and I'm going to stop at 20, even if 50 people enter, you will still be in the draw, but for every entry, I'm going to put 1 pot of this in the prize. So if we get to 20, the prize will be all 20. And they will go out to one person that has entered randomly, and I'll do a random Siri draw at the end of the month, end of January. So this should really cheer you up. And the lucky winner will receive up to, if we've had 20 entries, 20 pots of my lovely, lovely art paint. How cool is that? So hashtag magical heart, my rainbow heart, sorry, my rainbow heart challenge, and hashtag magical painting, and share it out into the Fairy Chic Painting Forum for everyone to see. Okay? So I'm going to show you how I made this. Now this is cool. This is actually made out of eggshells. I don't know if you can see, it's got some, it's like a mosaic. It's really cool. And it's on a bit of cardboard. So I'm going to show, I wanted to do it because I wanted to see how it would turn out. And I had a couple of goes at things. This is something else I had a go at. I don't know if you can see, this is also eggshell. I'll put it away so you can see it. My little mermaid, and I actually did this just on some paper. I gessoed it, and then I was just messing around. And but I'm going to use it on another journal page. So I have got a stencil coming that will make a really good sea background, lots of circles. So I'm waiting for that to arrive to create that, add that to another journal page. But just to show, if you think of all the things that you know that have got some kind of mosaic-y texture, this would be an ideal, fun way of creating it. So I have cut out, I was thinking this morning, what can I do to show you that won't take too long, but will give you the idea. So I've cut myself out. It started off as a sun, and it still could be a sun, but as I was doing it, I was thinking it looked more like a sunflower. And sunflowers do have textured bits in the middle. So the first thing I'm going to do is use Fairy Chic textured paste, okay, and we're going to smother it on the middle. So I'm going to adjust the camera now so you don't have to look at my ugly mug, but I can see your messages. Thank you, Carol, for putting that up there, and then we will get cracking and do some art, all right? So just bear with me while I get this camera straight. I did have a little practice before we started. Oh. Cameras are the bane. Let's have a go. I'm just going to drop them. There we go. Oh. It went a bit smoother than this when I tried earlier, but 2-6, we needed that. Right, just get it a bit closer. Now I think you can see. Right, so what we're going to do is get this textured paste, and I'm running out. Oh, journals are just so fun. You can just, I see journals as an expression of yourself, but also practicing techniques, and it doesn't matter because it's not, you're not doing it on a masterpiece canvas. It can be scribbles, it doesn't matter. And you can go back and work on page, you can prep pages. While I was waiting to come on today, I was starting to stick pages together, and I might add a few bits on and then go back and finish those pages later or change bits. It's a playground. That's exactly what it is. It's a journal playground for you to play and for it not to matter. And sometimes it's really nice going back over it at what you've done, to, especially if you've sort of stuck, you know you want to create something, but you don't know what, and you go back through it to sort of get yourself a bit in the mood and inspired. So, as you know, I'm vegan, so I didn't eat any of these or deal with the breaking or the touching of them or anything. I have had them washed up for me. So, but you really don't need very many. I have actually got a whole bowl because we had a lot of cake at Christmas. But I just use like half of one, and I'm just breaking off sections. And while this is still wet, and obviously the egg is a little bit of a curved surface, and that's okay, I'm just pushing it in and letting it break. And you'd be amazed how easy it is to actually fit together some mosaic pieces. Because I thought, oh, I'm never going to cut out the right pieces. But it works quite well. And if it sticks up a bit, push it down, snap it. It doesn't even show. So obviously you can make these as big or as little as you want. I'm trying to leave a little bit of the white in between each one, so it shows a kind of grouting, if you like. And I've tried, once I've made this, the mermaid one, I gessoed over the whole lot before I added colour. And I think the colour obviously went on much more vibrantly because the gesso had given it a good base to start painting. But my heart one, I just went straight in with Fairy Chic paint, and then I used a white Posca pen to go round the grouting to pop it out. I think I probably could go with some white chalk paint around it too. I was just in a hurry. Story of my life. Okay. This, I'm not going to do anything more with this today. I shall put this to one side to dry. The textured paste takes quite a long time to dry, overnight preferably. You can speed it up with a hairdryer, but you don't need that. But you can see it's just so simple. There, I haven't even used half an egg. So that will give me a really good mosaic, and I'm going to be using this in one of my other journal pages, and it will go on here somewhere. So that was just to show you how I created it. Hi Kentucky. Wow. Hi Susan, Happy New Year. So I put that there just so you could see it on the white background. So we're going to crack on with my heart. Now this is the heart, this is the finished heart, and I literally put two bits of card together, stuck them together so that I could put a bit of string down the middle, and then I've tied a little hippie bead at the bottom because I want it to stick out the bottom of my book, because I like the idea of things being out and so on. So I've drawn round it. So this book I've prepared, this page, I've done a little bit of raised stenciling, again with the textured paste, using this sort of script stencil. I've just done it in areas. I've sketched out a figure. This is going to be my rainbow girl. And I've done a bit more of the raised stenciling around here. Then I've drawn round the heart. And so we're going to cut the heart out, and the heart is going to sit on this page. So it will poke through. Because obviously you get fatter and fatter the books. So you've got to kind of make some room So I've got a bit of card to stick behind it because obviously I don't want to cut right through to the next page. So I'm just using a craft knife and I might have to make this bigger, but let's see. It doesn't mean that this bit that I'm cutting out is wasted, because we could use it as a tag or something else further on in the book or in another book. So, what's your best craft art present you got for Christmas? Come on guys, hit me. Make me jealous. Honest to good, I got gift vouchers. I asked for Amazon gift vouchers. It was the most fun few days of shopping I've done in my life. Cruising, putting things in the basket, back out of the basket. In the basket, back out of the basket. So, how cool is that? How cool is that? So that will sit in there. So now I just need to glue it in. And I'm not going to use Prick Stick for that because it's not strong enough. I've got some tacky glue and it still will take a while to go off. And the nozzle seems to have jammed up, hence this this stabbing motion that you're observing. So I'm just going to spread it round. Hi Lola, you got brushes? Right, we need another lesson from Fiona on how to keep them clean. Dear. I bet Fiona never gets brushes because she's just had hers since the beginning of time. She's looked after them so well. Right, so there's my tacky glue. And now all I'm going to do is plonk my heart, make sure it fits, a little bit of a jiggle. I love it. How cool is that? That is exactly how I wanted it to look. So now I've got to create stuff around it, but I love it. So guys, those of you that have joined since we started, we are doing a new challenge for the new year and it's called My Rainbow Heart Challenge. I want you to have a go. You don't have to do exactly the same as what I'm doing at all, but your version of your rainbow heart. And now I'm going to start, and what's up for grabs is up to 20 of my art paints. That is very cool. How cool are they? They're just the most gorgeous pots. So I'm going to start by using, because I've got some really good skin colours going on here. So we're going to start with some skin colours, but then we're going to go into some rainbows, because we can, because this comes in all the colours, in all the places, and we're just going to be very loosey-loo, with getting some washed version onto my sketch. Now I am producing currently a very detailed, much more detailed version of being able to proportion and draw people in this fun sketchy way, and it's going to be step-by-step course, and it will be available on the Fairy Chic Club web forum, and it will be loads of fun. So if you're interested in learning, not just faces, it will go into faces, but it will go into proportion, and fun proportion. It's not going to be a boring anatomy lesson. It's going to be fun. must remember to keep my hair out of the camera. So as you can see, I've done a very loose face shape, neck shape, leg shape. Good starting point. Right, let's get on to some colour. I want mad colour. It's fun, isn't it, Layla? Right, mad colour. So I've got some sort of skirt going on here. And I'm going to add some water to it because I want to swish it around. I'm literally painting with water here. And it helps give me the tone and the shadow that I'm going to play with in a minute. But we want rainbow, don't we? So just adding more water. Okay, there's that. We've got a bit of Molly. Having all the colours. And you can see 100 mils of one of these pots will go an awful long way in this style of painting. Because I've literally taken the tiniest blob out. Okay. And you can see this looks a little bit like a child picture right now. It really is not something that isn't achievable. Bit of aerial. Tiny dot on a very wet brush. Okay, so this bit is the fun, let the water run. You could put the water down ahead of dropping it on if you want, that would work too. This is all about just seeing where it runs, where it goes. And don't worry too much, we are just kind of filling a shape here. Made a very rough shape. She's already looking rather fun. She's got very non-complicated arms going on, just a kind of trail going out to nothing. I've got a little bit of Lorelei. I can just take a little dab out of the lid. And I've made, again, a kind of shape for her hair. And it really is just a shape, and then I'm filling it. So I'm not trying to put in every strand of hair, I'm just filling a shape. And I'm going to go back in with orange. Okay, look at that. Does she look like a rainbow girl or what? So really simple. I'm going to just put a little bit of red on the collar. Again, it is just an impression of it. It's not an exact, you don't even have to have a collar. But I really like that as a good starting point. Now, it's starting to bleed a little bit. So what I'm going to do is get a little bit of paper. Yeah, where are we all watching from, guys? That's a good question. Got quite a few of you on today, which is fantastic. I tune in, for those of you that have not come across me before, I'm on every Thursday at this time. Okay, I'm going to give that a very quick dry. Now, because I've used Fairy Chic paint in a very watered down version, at the moment it's quite translucent-y. Now you can obviously go back in. What's great about that is that you can go back in and do layers upon layers. So I've now got a black fountain pen here, and I'm going to go in, get my hair out of the way, and just show you by putting details back in how I can pull this really childlike, simple painting into something fun. quirky. So what I'm quite enjoying is, I'll reiterate the shape that I created, is that this is a very thin black, which is great for features, but I've also got my trusty black Posca pen, and I've also got some fine liners as well, so I interchange between them depending on the thickness of what I want. So I'm just gonna not completely outline, but get involved with the, can you see, just put in a squiggly line. And being quite loose about it as well just helps. There's my rainbow girl. So we can start putting the detail in now. We can go around the edges. Let me see, and then I'm just gonna punch it up front. And I really am just following the shape and making it scribbly. She's got a trail of some kind of bow coming off there, and then I'm going to do a bit here as if the skirt's lifted up a bit, and there's a hem underneath. Why not? And then again. Now I could give her some funky stripy legs. How cool is that? Salisbury, my home, well, it's not my hometown, but I lived there for 3 years. I love Salisbury. Bingham, in bed, Salem, USA, wow. So what do you think of my rainbow girl? She's coming on, isn't she? So I now need to fill the rest. I might come back and do a little bit more with her, but you saw how simple that was. I wanted you to see how achievable rainbow girl and my rainbow heart was. Now I'm going to now fill in some of the background, and I'm getting through my colours here, guys. I've got them all out. Can you see? I did have some pink out. I don't know about pink, but I was thinking green, but maybe pink would be more vibrant. Let's see. Look at that. That's Parissa, guys. Now for this, so that it's not, I'm deliberately going to use quite a big brush because I want it to be not too careful. Okay. And I'm going to put the water down first so you can see what that you've got to play with what works for you. You get less control this way. That's scary, isn't it? Scary. Okay. But I'm going to add more water. You get the tonal rush of running, and oh, she's so pretty. She's my rainbow girl. I kind of feel like I want a bit of yellow in there, don't know. Sunshine, I think. So if you haven't already, please share the love, guys. Just somewhere once would be great. And as you can see, now I'm going over the textured writing that I did that was quite hard to see when it was gessoed. It's now really picking it up, which is really cool. Now, what other colour can I get in there? Because I'm all about colour today. I might have a bit more of my Mirage. Any of you that know me will know Mirage is my all-time favourite. This is like a lovely teal. These colours are available as furniture paints, and they are also available in this pot size as art paints. And those of you that know me will know that I have a background in art, and art's my passion. I've also spent a lot of years painting furniture, so I was really excited to bring out my own range of colours that I feel would go together really well and just work. It needs a bit blue, I think. Work together as a palette, but they also surprised me, happily surprised. You know when you get a happy accident, that they work really well at art as well as on furniture, because you can water them down, you can thicken them up, and I'm absolutely loving using them. So it became a really natural progression to bring them out in these lovely small pots for you to be able to have a go, especially if you are into this kind of thing or want to have a go at this kind of thing. This is where you experiment and practice your techniques. Doesn't matter if it's rubbish, stick pages together, gesso it and start again. Very Chic also sell gesso and the textured paste that I've used. I love my rainbow girl, look at her. She's so fun. And I'm not even washing my brush out in between, I'm just blending them all. There. I hope you can see. That writing really pops out now, and I love the fact that that heart is on the other page, so we've got stuff to do on the other page. I'm just going to dry it off because I can't turn it over obviously until. Okay, I'm just going to use a tiny bit of rag because this of course is the other thing you can do to speed up any little excess drops. Blot them out. Oh. Now I just think the one thing that she needs adding, she needs a little bit of rosy cheeks. So then you go in with your white Posca pen. Thank you, Layla. So the white Posca pen for me is last and does the highlights. So I use it in all the places that we know there are highlights in a face, the top of the cheeks, a little bit on the bottom lip. I use it to, I'm not trying to draw every strand of hair, I'm just trying to give the impression of movement. Okay. I might put a little highlight down underneath of her arm. Okay. And highlight there. She probably needs tiny shadow here. Seem to have lost a little bit of colour in her arm. With my wash. That's all good. Should I have some stripy legs? I almost want black stripy legs. Let's have some stripy legs. This is the fun bit, is like just the doodling, just making it up. Love it. How cool is that? And I'm just doing a kind of stripy underskirt that's just revealing itself from the bottom here. This is like a yeah, I've done a sort of bow that's just add in a few plates. Again, just to show movement. There she is, look. Oh, we haven't got any lips yet. Let's do some lips. Again, tiny, tiny, tiny. Yay! And if you find with these paints that they're not, they haven't dried, I mean that's had one coat. I think that's pretty good for one coat. And obviously this background colour was very washy. I deliberately added lots of water to it. This heart has only had one coat, and I think I should probably put a layer of varnish over the top of it. I think I've got some shiny varnish. I think might look nice, glossy. But hi Alison. Oh Alison, I could go back to bed. It's going to be a struggle getting back to. Not that I've ever got up really super early. Not since the school run days. I refuse. I think she's pretty darn rainbow. So this is my rainbow heart. She's got black and white stockings on. Full of colour, full of adventure. Quick blast with the hairdryer. Okay. Stays on my go-to stone grey ink. I'm going to just ink up the edges of my page. Just gives it a frame, and once it's dry it doesn't smudge. I like it a bit smudgy when I apply it. I'm not trying to do it carefully. I think it just adds to. So I need to decide what I'm going to do on this page around my heart. So I'm just using a lead pencil, a soft lead pencil, and my finger to smudge in on the top layer a frame. So it's just a normal lead pencil. It's just soft, so it makes it easy to smudge. Can you see that? I should probably do one on the other side of it as well. It just emphasises it a bit. I like that. And I think I'm just going to doodle on this page. Just use my pens to just makes it stand out a bit more. I've got writing either side, so I might not go over that, but there we go. Oh, cool. Hello Janet, hello Audrey. So, yeah, I want to leave that. I don't want to distract from Rainbow Girl this side, so I'm going to leave. That's quite a fun page. I've now got to do something with this page. And I probably need to put a card under the hole. Just making some space. So I'll just show you that. You see that? How fun. And then this opens out and you still get to see a little peek of her. And then there's the little fun bead hanging out the bottom. It is a book. It is a, if you watch back to the beginning, it is just an old book that is got stitching here. So if you get one from the charity shop, it has to have stitching, and that's called a signature. And you go to the centre of each signature, so you find the stitching and you remove several pages, which I showed you at the beginning, and then you start sticking pages together. I use Fairy Chic Matte Finish, which is like a matte based varnish. You can use Mod Podge, PVA glue, whatever you've got really, to stick the pages together. Obviously that takes quite a while to dry, but it gives them strength and stability. And then what I do after that is add bits of paper to my pages. This is just printed off and torn up, and I've literally again used the matte finish to glue them on. This gives texture, which I really like. It gives me, this is a starting point of an idea that I've got for this page. But then I might add gesso over the top and start adding layers of paint. So different pictures, different ideas have different amounts of prep. This is a video that I've done that's on my YouTube channel. If you want to pop over and see it, you'll be able to see how I did that. And again, I've used the idea of the keyhole there. And then we're on a fun day here. That's what we're doing today. But I've also done, randomly, Don't You Just Love You? So a journal book is to play with, to have fun, to experiment with different ideas, and then it'll be really nice afterwards it starts getting fat, that's why you have to remove pages. So it's really nice afterwards to just sort of go through and see what was on your mind that day, what you were doing, etc. I really like that. I've got, Fairy Chic has its members own club. Carol, if you could re-put the link, that would be great. I have got the link at the top. It is a membership club, and you'll get access to more in detail tutorials. But also, as Joe Public, in this year we are going to be putting up detailed courses that you can join up and watch unlimited amounts, where I'm going to be doing very detailed tutorials on how to do these kind of whimsical figures in proportion, covering all the areas in much more detail for you. So if that's something you might be interested in, go and have a look at the club. It's a wonderful fun place. We've got lots of members, and it also gives you, depending on the level that you join at, up to 40% discount on these very Fairy Chic paints, which is fantastic. So these little individual Fairy Chic paints, up to date, have only been up on the website as collections, but they are going to be posted up onto the website later on today, stroke tomorrow, as to be able to purchase them individually. So you'll be able to have a go at exactly what I'm doing using, I've got through quite a few colours today, but the theme was rainbow, but it's got some great colours for skin tones, and I shall be, over the next period, showing you more and more of what I do. Having some fun, trying out some new ideas. I'm always trying out new ideas. I get bored, I get restless, and I've found that this is my release from that. This keeps me grounded. So I'm still doing the kind of rainbow theme. This is obviously a heart, so red and orange sounds good to me, but I've brushed over the colours. I think that looks really nice. Okay, so that's a starting point. Again, I've got to dry it very quickly, which is blot it off. And I'm going to write some script on this one. I'm going to write my rainbow heart. So one of the really fun things when you're doing scripts, and I'm not very good at sort of calligraphy or anything like that, but I like the idea of filling the space. So I'll take my card out. So I'm going to write here, I'm going to start with my M, and I'm just going to fill, I'm doing it in pencil. In theory I could rub it out, but I haven't got rubber, so right, so I'm going to write my, like literally filling the space. I might give it a little twirl. My rainbow, right, it's going to go all the way over now. So start with the R, and then kind of use this imaginary space here. Rain. This is when I do classic spelling mistakes. Rain. I'm not doing any kind of fancy writing here, I'm just literally filling the space all the way across. That was my aim. My rainbow. And now I've got to do hearts. I think I'll do heart here. So, yeah. Again, filling space. H-E, tall and thin, A, R, T. Perfect. So now you probably can't see that, but you will in a sec. I'm going to, now I've got it as I want it, go over it with my Posca pen. Now I can add frills and bits to it after if I want, but you'll get the gist. I am so excited. I have literally had a week off crafting, and it's driven me crazy, frankly crazy. And I had to get back and do a few bits because I was going bonkers. But I now have, I'm so excited that we're finally moved on from the whole Christmas thing. And I've just got so many ideas buzzing around my head of what I want to do for you guys this year. Of what I want to do for me. Just expressing this explosion of my restless. I should have done my restless heart, because that's how it has been. I said to my son, I'm getting withdrawals, and he looked at me like I was mad. Doesn't anybody else know what that means? How cool is that? My rainbow heart. I love it. So, let me just check the last bit of the comments, because it's not moved. Thank you, Layla, for sharing. That's really kind of you. Oh, it's because the camera's switched and not flipped, so it isn't backwards. Yeah, it's the camera, so don't panic. I haven't made a complete mess of it. I'm going to do the same with my black ink. We're nearly there for today. So yeah, I'll post a close up of it in that right way. Then you'll see. Doesn't make any difference on the flipping unless you're doing writing. So I didn't think about that before I started. Right, I like that. I think I just want to do a kind of squiggly doodly outline around my heart. There. I'm going to use this pencil again to just go round the edge of the hole. And I'm just going slightly away from it because I don't want to skip into the hole as such. And then I'm going to just use my finger to smudge it. Okay, occupational hazard. But I think that works really well. So today we have created my rainbow heart. I love her. I just love her, and it's got a hole, and then I just, even this little bead just hanging down, it's very cool. It says my rainbow heart. So I'm going to just adjust the camera. Give me 2 secs. And I'll get you back so I can wind up. Hopefully that's not too bad. There you go. Are you feeling as excited as I am? Thank God it's the 2nd of January. So, you learned how to do this. This is eggshell on textured paste, which you can buy on the Fairy Chic website. The textured paste, I mean, not the eggs, obviously. You can use it for all sorts of arty projects. That was just on a normal bit of cardboard. My mermaid was done on a bit of paper that I just gessoed to give it a bit of strength. I didn't know how it would fare, but I was just practicing with the eggshell. So I'm going to use that for another journal page at some point. These will be up on site in the next 2 days, I promise. So you'll be able to purchase these gorgeous little bottles of heaven, Fairy Chic Magic Heaven. And they just work so well for this kind of project, and I guarantee you will have every colour that you need. And I hope you're going to get involved in the Fairy Chic My Rainbow Heart Challenge. So just to recap, all you've got to do is your version of your rainbow heart, however that feels right for you. You don't have to do a journal page, you can do a canvas, you can just do it on a piece of paper. You can do your own version, but the title has to be hashtag My Rainbow Heart Challenge and hashtag magical painting. And then share it from your page into the Fairy Chic Painting Forum. If you're not already a member, hop over to that group afterwards and join up. It's free and there's lots of inspiration going on in there, and there's lots of furniture painting too. And I also have a Fairy Chic art, media and journal, etc. Group, which you're welcome to join too if you're more specifically about the art. So hop on over to those, and please take a moment to check out the Fairy Chic Club. We'd love to have you in it, and it will give you, if you join the Magical Palace, up to 40% off. That's massive retail prices, so you can use it for yourself as a hobby, or you can sell it on yourself too. So and that goes for the furniture paint sizes as well. Fairy Chic has lots of products, not just paint, so it's worth a look. They're all on my website, and have a think about what that kind of discount could do for your life right now. Look at that. Oh my God. Right, with that in mind, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a fantastic beginning of a new year for me. This has been sat on the side for a couple of days and I'm just desperate to get on with it. So now I've done it, it's okay. I'll see you again, same time next week, next Thursday, 1 o'clock. And we'll see what exciting project I've got in store for you then, okay? So get your entries coming in. As soon as you put an entry into the painting forum, you will go into the draw. And if I get 20 entries, 20 little pots of paint, that's the whole range, will be up for offer. If I only get 10 entries, there'll only be 10 pots of paint up for offer. So get your entries in. Thank you, Louise, and we must sort out when you're going to be doing your next live on page 2, because Louise is one of our Very Chic ambassadors, and Louise is a very talented furniture painter. Shabby Mummy, pop on over to see what she does, and she does I do the art stuff of my paint because that's my heart, and she does the furniture stuff of my paint because that's her heart, and I think that works really well. We work really well as a team because we both show you guys what you can do with the paint in completely different areas, in completely different ways. So get involved, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.